where you want it.
Bay 12, please.
Hello there, Transformers fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 video review. And today's review is the PulseCon exclusive Transformers Legacy A Hero is Born 2-pack, technically 3-pack, featuring Alpha Trion, Orion Packs, and Vector Sigma, the supercomputer that exists on Cybertron. This is a really awesome pack. I really got excited about this the second it was rumored to the second it was officially announced, and just had to have it. We got another retool Orion Packs from a Cup figure and a new kind of take on a retool of a Alpha Trion figure from the Sweeps/Scourge mold. I really dig both figures. I think they both turned out very nice. I'm just so happy that Hasbro finally got us a really nice, more G1 looking Alpha Trion. First of all, that artwork there on the front is fantastic. You've got a wounded Orion there on the side. You've got Alpha Trion on that side. On the back, you've got the pieces themselves, including Vector Sigma. Transformers Legacy on the top, and that's pretty much it for the packaging. Not the most exciting packaging. It is the first PulseCon exclusive box set that we've gotten with the full windowless plastic-free packaging, which, again, good on Hasbro for the good of the environment and all that good stuff, but at the same time, for sealed collectors, it leaves much to be desired because the box set displays of the Pit of Judgment from a couple years back and the box set display for Agent Ravage last year was absolutely so awesome that they look so great in package and out. This one, it's just like, you've got some really cool artwork, and that's pretty much it. So as far as the packaging goes, yeah, the artwork was great, but I think it would have been really cool to have a nice open bubble with like a cool cardboard slab with Orion laying on the table with Alpha Trion here standing over him, getting ready to operate and turn him into Optimus Prime. Spoiler alert, I know, but that episode aired in, I want to say late 85, early 86, so actually it was probably 86. So you've had about, almost 35 years to watch it at this point, so there you go. All three pieces look really good. They're fully articulated, of course, because these are just, remolds and repaints of really good Studio Series figures, with the exception of Vector Sigma here. In fact, that's what we're going to start off with. Now, this is the second Vector Sigma piece to be released by Hasbro, the first of which was a BotCon exclusive many years ago at this point. You do get the key to Vector Sigma as well, and of course, Alpha Trion can hold the key in his hand, which is very nice, so that you can access Vector Sigma. And I know what some people are thinking with Vector Sigma, it's just a plastic ball, and yeah, that's really all this piece needed to be, just a nice display of Vector Sigma, the supercomputer of Cybertron, and the key. That's Hasbro nailed it. This is perfect. I'm so happy to have an officially licensed Vector Sigma in my collection, because tracking down the old BotCon exclusive is an interesting task. It is not a cheap piece. It's an awesome piece, but I think this one's even a little bit better than that one was. Plus, I really like the stand. I like the very technical looking pattern on the bottom of the clear plastic stand. I think that's awesome. Now for Orion Packs, here he is, and yes, Hasbro did it again. They remolded and repainted a Cup figure, which seems to be the trend for Orion Packs figures a lot of the time. They usually, when we get a new Cup figure, he ends up becoming a slight remold / repaint of said Cup figure. So this is a remold and repaint of the Studio 86 Cup figure. Here he is for comparison. So the chest is totally different. The head sculpt is totally different. He's got different knees, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, the mold is the same. He's got the same articulation, fully articulated shoulders. You can pull his arm off at the bicep just like Cup. Single jointed elbows, nothing at the wrist, heads on a ball joint, waist, hips, upper thigh, and again, you can detach the legs at the thigh, single jointed knees, those side ankle joints. I like that they cast the same blaster pistol in red plastic. I like that that's an accessory that he came with, because I feel like that's very fitting for a character like Orion Pax. Now, of course, Orion Pax doesn't really need to come with a blaster, because in Generation 1, well, he wasn't much of a fighter. He worked in a warehouse, and then he got gunned down by Megatron and Cold Energon. So it wasn't really necessary for him to come with either of these accessories, really. Rather than just give you less, they just kept the same accessory count as the Cup figure. He still even has the little Energon dispenser that they had in the 86 film. That's pretty cool, but we're going to set that aside. And for those of you who are curious, yes, you can limb swap him with Cup, since overall they're the same mold. So if you want, yes, you can swap their parts. There goes Cup. Transformation is just like with the Cup figure. We're going to untab his arms from the side of his torso there. We're going to untab this backpack here. We're going to bring his shoulders up. We're going to fold out the front wheels from inside his back. We're going to open up this section here on this hinge, bring it back. On that hinge, we're going to bring that inside, fold his head down, bring that section up, and then these two little tabs are going to tab in right there, like so, as you can see. Next, we're going to untab and rotate those arms down, but don't actually pull the arm all the way off. Fold that in so that covers up that gap right there on the side. Do the same thing over here. Rotate those arms. There we go. Close that up. And then onto the legs. First, we're going to bring those shin panels forward. We're going to angle that side knee joint there. We're going to angle that to the second notch right there, and then just tab it back into place. Angle it, tab it back into place so that we have a little bit more of a wide stance there. Next, we're going to, on this hinge, we're going to bring that section of the side of the car forward. Kind of keep those arms out of your way also while you're trying to do all that. Keep them down into the center. Bring that leg up. This little tab is going to tab in back into the back of the fender there, like so. Flip that foot in, and then we're going to bring that arm up just a little bit, not too far. We'll go ahead and do the same over here, and then we're going to bring that section up, extend that out, tab that into the fender there, and then we're going to fold up that foot. And then the last step is we're going to fold these truck bed sections inward all the way so that it's nice and smooth there. And then you're going to plug the hands onto those little tabs on the bottom there to secure the hands in place. And there he is in his little truck mode. And he looks really, really good in truck mode. For comparison, there he is next to Cup in their vehicle modes. So you can see they're quite similar, although the front, of course, of the vehicle is very, very different. From the back, they look pretty much the same. From the top, they look pretty similar. Main difference in their vehicle mode is that front right there. Also for comparison, here he is next to Optimus Prime, his future self, in truck mode. And I just realized I forgot to compare them in robot mode. I'll do that later in the video. And that's pretty much it for Orion right this second. Next up, here we have Alpha Trion. And Alpha Trion truly looks really great. I mean, the only thing that's pretty much inaccurate here about Alpha Trion is, you know, the wing backpack he has, because he doesn't have that. He doesn't we never actually see Alpha Trion transform at any point in Generation 1. So his alt mode has been left pretty ambiguous. Most of the time when he's given an alt mode, however, usually it's some kind of Cybertronian spacecraft. So remolding him from a sweeps figure really isn't that bad of a choice, I don't think. It's not like he's totally inaccurate. They at least even got, you know, the side wings for his cape accessory, which I really like. His head sculpt is absolutely amazing. Fully articulated head is on a ball joint. Fully articulated shoulders, bicep, single jointed elbow, wrist joints. Can rotate the wrists. Waist, hips, thigh, knee, side ankle joints, and his toe joints articulate too, but that's mostly due to transformation, and so does his heel, and same deal there. It's mostly due to transformation. He also comes with the same blaster rifle that Scourge and the Sweeps come with. Again, we don't really ever see him with a blaster rifle like this in the show at any point, but, you know, no sense in just not including an accessory just because we didn't see him with it in the cartoon. It's always nice to have more accessories just in case, you know. And then for comparison, here he is next to Scourge. So you can see all the differences there. The whole totally new head sculpt. The wings are different. He has 2 open hands versus just the 1 open hand gesture that Scourge comes with. The torsos are completely different. The shoulders are different. The forearms are more or less the same. The legs are similar. The thighs are different on Alpha Trion, but from the knee down, it's the same mold. From the back, he also looks pretty similar. The main difference here is the piece that covers the back of their heads while they're in vehicle mode. Transformation is just like Scourge. We'll start by taking the key out of his hand. We're going to come to the back here. We're going to pull on those hinges and extend his wings all the way out. We're going to pull on these other hinges down here and extend these all the way out. Go ahead and just pull that cover out, pull that out, extend that, pull that out, pull that out. Come to this back section here, extend all of that out, bring that up, and then bring up the back of his head there for his space mode, much like with Scourge's. And then there's this other little section in here that needs to come out. We're going to pull on that. There is the front of the space jet mode. And then we're going to come over here to the legs. We're going to tab them together with that center tab, fold in the heels, fold up the feet, and then just kind of bring it flat like so. Bring this whole section down. This little tab's going to tab in right there. These 2 little tabs are going to tab in right here. So it looks like that. Bring that section down. You'll hear it click into place, and then just kind of put the face cover over Alpha Trion's face, so just that crest is just poking out over top. I'm going to go ahead and fold these up here so they're out of the way for the moment, and then we're going to come down to the arms. We're going to extend the arm out like so, pull on that section, untabbing the shoulder assembly from the torso, bring it all the way down, and then this little tab right here is going to tab into the side of the forearm. So his arm's basically down here by his legs. We're going to do the same thing on the other side as well. Bring it down, tab it in, bring it back around, bring the middle sections, the front of the vehicle mode together, push it down and get it tabbed together in place, and then you can just kind of just start lining everything else together. So bring that other panel all the way down, and then tab it right here into the side of that back panel. Get those back covers or those side covers in place, and then fold that wing down. That's one side all the way done. So just repeat over here, bring that all the way down, bring that all the way down, tab that into the side, get all that side covering properly lined up. Fold that wing down. And then there is Alpha Trion in his spaceship or spaceboat mode. I really like this Alpha Trion figure. Fingers crossed though that they do a just really good robot mode version of Alpha Trion in the red line. I've said since Redline has started that it would be better suited for characters that we never see display in alt mode at any point in any of the cartoons, really. That's where I think Redline is best suited, is for the characters we don't ever see transform. Again, I really like this. I think this is an awesome figure. But we never see Alpha Trion transform in Generation 1. And he definitely doesn't have the alt mode bits of this alt mode hanging off of him in Generation 1. As good as he looks in both modes, especially in robot mode. He looks awesome in robot mode. But he definitely doesn't have any Scourge bits hanging off of him. And I just think he would just be better suited as a Redline figure personally. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if you would like to see a non-transforming, fully articulated Alpha Trion released in main retail in the Redline. And for comparison, here is Alpha Trion next to Scourge in both of their spaceboat modes. So you can see the differences. And I would say one of the biggest differences between their alt modes is, aside from, of course, the central head there or central thruster up at the top, Alpha Trion here has a cockpit molded right there in the center, where Scourge doesn't have a cockpit molded anywhere, really. Other than that, they pretty much look the same. And then from the bottom, the main difference is the wings. Other than that, they're very similar. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's review, again featuring the PulseCon exclusive Transformers Legacy A Hero Is Born pack featuring Orion Packs, Alpha Trion, and Vector Sigma. This overall was a really great pack. I mean, Hasbro just keeps on killing it with the PulseCon exclusives. 3 back-to-back banger exclusives in a row. I really can't wait to see what 2023's exclusive is going to be, because so far they have all been really awesome. I really love the Pit of Judgment pack. I really love the Agent Ravage pack. And this pack is just really awesome in of itself. So, and before I forget, real quick, since I did forget earlier, here is the robot mode comparison of Optimus and Orion packs side by side as they appear in Generation 1, just so you can see the difference. And it's pretty significant. Optimus is a good bit larger, as he should be, because he did get quite a bit larger as Optimus Prime. And I also like how he's a decent amount bigger than Alpha Trion as well, because Optimus is a bit larger than Alpha Trion in the original Generation 1 cartoon. So really cool. Awesome comparisons, a great pack overall, like I said. Can't wait to see the next one. Stay tuned for more Transformer reviews. We got all kinds of different awesome Transformer reviews here on Bay 12. And stay tuned for some of our other reviews. Check out some of the other content we've done, because we cover a lot of different stuff here on Bay 12. Like and subscribe. Follow us on social media. Stay tuned for our Bay 12 live sales. Watch for updates on our social media and here on YouTube about updates about upcoming Bay 12 live sales. And check out our first ever storefront in the Shops at Willow Bend in Plano, Texas, inside Order 66 Multiverse. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. And as always, transform and roll out.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.